We have a new mission for you. The gunners are expanding their operations in the area. We need you to take out their communications. The gate is fortified, but there is a gap in the fence which will probably be your best way in. We're sending you an iBot with charges and some new equipment. Good luck! Oh, and congratulations on the promotion, Paladin Evans!
Hello and welcome back to another game of Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Today we've got the recently promoted Paladin Evans. Him and his team are going to start at the bottom. They're going to face off against a group of gunners who are going to be in their camp at the top. The game's going to be played over 5 rounds as normal. The Brotherhood of Steel have to destroy the radar station, and the gunners have to wipe out the Brotherhood of Steel. So let's get started with round 1. So I'm going to start with the Brotherhood of Steel, as it's going to be a surprise attack. Our first initiate's going to take a single move, and then he's going to take a shot up against that guy behind the barrier there. So because he's in cover, it's going to be a -2, and that's a miss. The private's going to take 2 shots back against him, and that's also a couple of misses. Evans is going to take 1 move up the board. And then he's going to take a shot into the conscript in the open there. So that's a hit. He takes 3 damage, and his armoured pads are also broken. Conscript's going to turn the favour with 2 shots with his combat shotgun back at Evans. That's a miss. And that's also a miss. So our iBot's going to take a move up the board, and then he's also going to take a shot into the conscript. That is a hit for 3 damage. No armour roll for him, so he's down. The sergeant's going to take 2 shots down the board into Evans. That first one's a miss. The second one's a hit for 3 damage. Blocks 2, takes 1. Our Brotherhood of Steel Knight is going to take 2 moves up the board. And our other conscript's going to take, our other private's going to take 2 shots into the initiate. That's a miss. That's a hit. And he manages to block the damage. Our second initiate's going to take a move up to behind the barrier, and then he's going to take a shot into the second private, and that's a miss. Our Mr. Gutsy is going to take a move round the barriers into close combat, so that's a charge. He gets an extra dice. He takes 2 damage, and he manages to block it. Our third initiate's going to take 2 moves up the board. And to finish off the round, Commander's going to take 2 moves down. So top of round 2, let's have a look at the event card for this round. That's Great War Minefield, so everybody's going to have to test their luck till they move until somebody fails. So we're going to start off with the Commander. He's going to take a move, which means he needs to test his luck. He fails it, but he manages to block the damage. So the Commander's going to charge into the Knight and do an attack with his Ripper. Okay, so that's a hit for 3 damage. Doesn't manage to block it, so his power armor is degraded. Knight's going to take 2 attacks back into the Commander with his Power Fist. That's a hit with an additional damage. And he manages to block it. Second one's a hit for 3 damage. Doesn't block it, so his power armor is now degraded as well. The Gutsy's going to take 2 attacks into the Knight. That's a hit for 3 damage. And he blocks it. And the second one's a miss. Does have a quick action, but he's not going to do anything. Our third Initiate's going to try charging past them, so he's going to take 2 moves into the inside of the compound. As he's out in the open, the Sergeant's going to take 2 shots into him. That's a hit with an armor break. He takes 2 damage. That's a hit. Blocks 1, takes 1. Evans is going to charge into combat with the Commander. He's going to do a hit with his Power Fist. That's a hit for 3 damage. Doesn't block any of it. Our Private's going to turn around and take a couple of shots into the Initiate at long distance. So the first one, he actually blocks the damage. The second one, he takes it all, so the Initiate's unfortunately down for the count. Our second Initiate's going to take 2 shots into that Private. That is a hit with a quick action. He takes the 2 damage. That is a crit. He blocks 1. And for his quick action, he's going to just move across the barrier out into the open. Our second Private's going to take 2 shots into that Initiate. That is a hit with a quick action. And he blocks the damage. That's a hit for initial damage with an armor break. Blocks 2, takes 1. And then for his quick action, he's going to take 1 move over to the opening. Our third Initiate behind the barrier is going to take 2 shots into that Private. That is a miss. The second one is a hit. Bottles mean he's also on fire. Doesn't block it, so unfortunately he's down. And final move of the round, the iBot's going to take 2 moves up. So control should pass back to the Brotherhood of Steel for round 3, but due to the Commander's ability, it's going to stay with the Gunners. Well, let's have a look at the event card first. Churn ground, so the first movement of everybody is going to be reduced down. So the Commander's going to take 2 shots into Evans. That is a hit. Blocks the damage. That is also a hit. And he blocks one, takes one. Evans is going to hit back into the commander. That is a hit. The bottle means he's also stunned. Takes one damage. The second one's a crit. And he blocks two and takes one. The Gutsy's going to continue wailing on the knight. First one's a miss. Second one's a hit with an armor break. And he blocks the damage. The knight's going to return the favour back into the Gutsy with his power fist. That is a miss. That's a hit for 3 damage altogether. And the Gutsy manages to block it. Sergeant's going to take 2 shots into the eyebot. That is a crit with additional damage. So he actually takes the 3. That is a crit again. Doesn't block it. So the eyebot's down. Our initiate's going to take 2 moves. So the first one there. And he's actually going to attempt to climb over that bit of the barrier. So we're actually going to roll to see if successful. He passes his agility test, so he manages to successfully climb over the barrier. Our private, see what's happening, is going to turn around and take 2 shots into that initiate. That is a miss. That one's a hit. And the initiate blocks it. And our second initiate's going to take a couple of moves up the board as well to try and join his friend at the top. So round 4, controls stick with the gunners. The event card for this is Eerie Mist. So anything that's not a melee attack will be a -2 for this round. So we're going to start again with the gunner commander. He's going to use his first move to clear the stun, and then he's going to do an attack into Evans. And that's a miss. Evans is going to attack back into the gunner commander. That is a hit with 4 damage altogether. Doesn't block much of it, so he's down for the count. And then for his second move, he's just going to move. Sergeant's going to take 2 shots down to Evans. There's a hit. The bottles mean 2 armor break, so he's going to take the 2 damage. And the second one is a crit. Blocks 1, takes 2. So our first initiate's going to take 2 moves, so he can get into the station, so he can hopefully set the bomb the next round. Our private's going to take 2 shots into the initiate. That's a miss. And that's also a miss. So our second initiate's going to try getting over that barrier, so he's going to roll his agility. He's failed that, so I'm just going to say that he's stumbled over, and he's going to use his second move to try and pick himself back up again. The Gutsy is going to carry on attacking the knight, so that's 2 attacks. And he blocks it. And he also manages to block that one. And the knight's going to take 2 attacks back into the Gutsy. And that's 2 misses. So, top of round 5, our event card for this round is Raider Radio 4. So, Don't think any of the robots are going to do any movement. Sergeant's going to take 2 shots into Evans. That is a hit for 3 damage. Doesn't block it, so he is down. His second shot, he's going to do a long distance over into the second initiate. That is a crit, and he takes 2 damage. The initiate's going to take 2 shots over into the private. That's a hit for 3 damage. Doesn't block any of it. That is also a hit. Loads of damage there. So he's down for the count as well. Mr. Gutsy's going to attack the knight. That first one's a miss. Second one is a hit for 2 armor break, and he takes the 2 damage. The knight's going to attack back into Gutsy. That's a hit, and he takes 2 damage. That's also a hit. Ball remains stunned. I don't know if robots can be stunned, but he takes 2 damage from that. And to finish off this round, the initiate's going to set the charge, and then he's going to move away.
Target destroyed. Returning to base.
Hold there, Evans. We've had a distress call come through. Someone's being attacked by the Enclave. Vertibird en route to you now.
Copy.
So thank you very much for joining me for the Brotherhood of Steel versus Gunners battle report. Win for the Brotherhood of Steel there. Guess we'll just have to wait and see which little settlement they're going to be going in to try and save. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.